This is a game that claims to have impossible puzzles. It is a skill to be able to deduce whether a puzzle is possible or not. So you may be presented with multiple puzzles in front of you, but only one of them is possible. You have to first figure out which puzzle is possible and then solve that puzzle. Once you've solved the one possible puzzle, you've solved the whole set. Is that how this game works? I don't know. I'm going into it blind. So there's a panel on the wall that has 8 squares drawn, probably resembling the peach pressure pads on the floor. And on this panel, we have 4 squares arranged like a partial reconstruction of the peach pressure pads. So I assume I can push the gold boxes around. So I have to probably put the gold boxes, well, on the pressure pads indicated, but there's 4 pressure pads and 3 boxes. Well, there is 1 Tyler, so I can be the 4th one. Okay, so this puzzle was possible. Moving on, we have a very different looking puzzle. Okay. With traceable colors, 4 lines are drawn. Okay, so it's like one of those flow-free puzzles where you gotta connect each color to each color. And when you're working with one of these, I think you just gotta probably start with the outside and then work your way in. Now, if I had to guess how this game's gonna go, I would say that it's right now setting the tone, making sure that we understand the different puzzle types before it throws a wrench at us, be like, psych, these aren't possible. But you gotta know the puzzle types in order to be able to deduce whether something is possible or not. It's all about understanding the rules. So this is a sliding puzzle. You can only move until you hit a, I guess, black barrier or a wall. So you slide around and around and around, and I guess I can go to the right. I'm gonna tell you right now, it does not look possible at all to go up. And maybe trying to go up would be an impossible puzzle. So that's futile. 5 unknown shapes are drawn, and okay. Oh, okay, I see. So I have to draw the 5 shapes, the pentominoes, in this 5x5 grid, but if I step off, it resets. So, does it save? Wait, no, what? Okay, it picks up a shape after I finish the previous shape. Wait, so not only do I have to arrange them in the proper order, but I also have to walk a path that continuously draws all of them without double backing or stepping off, right? Yeah, no double backing. Okay, so let's figure out an arrangement first. Okay, first idea, what if like the ones that looks like a thumbs up is in the bottom left corner? Then to the right of that is the proper elbow macaroni. Then I guess in the middle is a nice little cubby for the U-shaped one with the hole facing left. Yeah, then I could fit in the W piece going up to the upper left corner, and that should leave in perfect space for the longer piece. Okay, so if that's the setup, how would I draw it? Well, the thumbs up one I might have to end on. That might be the hardest. So I could start with the elbow macaroni. Then I could do the longer piece. Then I could do the W. Then I could do the C and the thumbs up. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect it to be possible. Hold on. Looking at the mini map, some of the rooms have yellow on the sides, suggesting maybe I could go in that direction eventually. I'm not sure. What do we have here? An unknown shape is drawn. And another unknown shape is drawn? Is this the same shape? No, they're different shapes. So maybe I have to draw both shapes. Okay, what's the rules of this though? It looks like I can just walk any path, but if I step off, it resets. Well, so if I really want, like the right side path kind of looks like this. That is, if you ignore the initial 2. Wait, is this also a readable panel? A famished bear in search of sustenance descended upon the village. The bear encountered a child at the village gate, and the child, stricken with fear, stood frozen in place. A group of villagers emerging from the town beheld the bear and the child, yet they were powerless to act. At that moment, a lightning bolt struck a nearby old tree with a loud crash, and the bear, startled by the noise, ran away. It's a story the elder once told me. Interesting cave painting. Yeah, all I can see is that this path could be drawn like this. Oh, okay, so that's enough to open the one door. Is it then possible to open the other door? This might be an impossible puzzle. I mean, the more I look at it, the more I think, yeah, I don't see a single spot where this can go. Like, there's just no way to draw this without a line getting in the way. And actually, I think it would have to be at the top of the board, at least for the starting and ending. Otherwise, you're gonna have extra lines, but you're always gonna run into something. Unless, hold on, if the shape is bigger than I'm thinking, like each small line is actually the equivalent of 2 square traversals. This actually could be it. Ah, cheeky. Okay, well, I got 2 ways to go. Let's see what's the deal here. Boxes bumping into each other and disappearing are drawn. Okay, I push the 1 box into the 1 box and the 2 box into the 2 box. 2 boxes have 1 arrow, and the other 2 have 2 arrows for each. Well, the boxes are pretty far away, but they slide until they hit a wall or barrier. Right, so like if I push the 2 box down, then I could push the 1 box down once, and the other 1 box down to eliminate them both. But the issue is I can't push this 2 box a second time, nor can I get them to meet with 2 pushes. Interesting. What about this panel? The humans held a feast, saying that the guardian had saved the child. Then they carved a thick staff from the tree struck by the lightning and offered it to the guardian. The guardian, pleased with humans, sent a fierce wind that night. The next day, the humans found that only the staff had vanished from the altar. Does the guardian really exist? I don't know, buddy. I'm more curious about whether this puzzle solution exists. Okay, I have a new idea. If I push the 2 ice block over here, I can set the 1 up, where pushing the 1s into each other would then be trivial, and I could trivially get the 2 boxes in 2 pushes. Just like that. Very cool. I like that each room has like a different type of puzzle. I'm here for it. Oh. Shifting lines? Okay, so I can't push the box on this pillar. Let's see what the rule is. A square and 5 dots are drawn. Seems like it's representing its size. Oh, this. A square and 3 dots are drawn? Seems like it's representing its size? Am I supposed to just make it bigger? Like, yeah, make it as big as possible? Make it huge? No? Oh, I could untangle it. Yeah, hold on, I could untangle it. I could do it like this, 3 by 3. Well, no. If we're looking at the gold boxes, it's a 3 by 3, but if we're looking at the red line, it's actually a 2 by 2, right? Because they end in the middle of the box, so it's really a 2 by 2. So actually, I would need to push it out. But how is that happening? Like, I would need to push this up, but that's not possible. Oh, okay, I could just go around it then. I could go to the corner and anchor a 3 by 3 / 4 by 4 there. Right? Something as simple as this? Yeah! Okay. That opens the 3 by 3 door. Okay, but is it possible to get it to be 5 wide? I think I'd have to reset. So I can push the box down here. That's interesting. Hold that thought. I was going to demonstrate that I think, again, the 5 long would be blocked by a pillar. Like, using... well, only using the tiles that are possible, I would need this to be up by 1. And no matter how I try to arrange it, the 5 by 5 would be blocked by a pillar. Is it any different that I can go down here? Whoops, that puzzle can wait. Well, maybe that's not the point. Yeah, wait. Can I do a diamond instead? You know, something like this? I mean, this is a square. Hold on. Can I get the square length of 5 through a diagonal? I mean, isn't that like, hold on. Is that the classic Pythagorean theorem? Looking 3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared? How would I set this up? Yeah, hold on. The bottom 2 boxes, I think that has a line length of 5. Yeah, it's gonna be 4 over and 3 up. So the hypotenuse must be equal to 5. Okay, so can I continue to do this? Well, no. There's not enough space this way. It's actually really close. If I were able to push this left, that'd be perfect. However, I feel like that involves a little bit of pulling myself up by my bootstraps, because that would require this door to be open, but this door only opens if I make a square with side length 5. Let me look at the map. Oh, you know why this is impossible? So I think I'm understanding the map now. So you see there's yellow walls, but also yellow arrows. Yellow arrows are pointing to these brown walls that can open. And I bet the yellow walls represent walls that could be open from the other side. So if I did have space to the right, I could create the shape, but I don't. So I need to go down and access it from the other side by solving other puzzles. Aha! So it is about knowing when it's impossible and knowing when to solve it. That's interesting. All right, what do we have here? More lines drawn. Seems like a symbol guiding the way. A right turn seems to be banned. All right, left turns only. It's the NASCAR puzzle. And we got a symbol got in the way where left turn seems to be banned. Okay, so you got to make a path with only right turns or only with left turns. The issue being from where to where? What's the start point? What's the end point? Oh, maybe both the start and the end are up above, right? Like there's two entrances. So one is the entrance, one's the exit. Of course, then we'd have to ignore the really simple path here with only left turns and right turns. Maybe that's just an exception? That feels too finicky. Like, sure, I can make a bunch of left turns and come around here. And then I could keep left turning, and then I could keep left turning. And then I guess I could keep going around like this. I don't know if crossing over myself is okay, but I exited, and that's not right. Yeah, okay, I think the fact that this path is possible but doesn't win is supposed to tell me that these are not the starts and exits. Could still be a start. Actually, it has to be the start. That's the only place the line resets. But then I guess maybe the exit is just by the door? Like, can I make a bunch of left turns and end at this door? Wait, no, is this the right turn only door? Yeah, that's the right turn only door. Okay, hold on. So I gotta go for the other door, which I think would look like this. Yeah! Let's go! Okay, cool. Well, hold on. Is it possible to open the only right turn door? I mean, maybe it's possible with this new entrance? Well, if I make only right turns, I'm gonna end in a little bit of a pickle no matter what. So maybe I still have to enter from the top? Like only right turns, doubling over myself. Ooh, we're getting into the danger zone. No, I can keep going, I can keep going. I can keep going, keep right turning, keep her going, and... No? Ah, okay, I have to be right in the middle of that door. Okay, I do want to go left though, because I really want to go up. What? Oh, guys, another slidey puzzle. Even to get to the instructions, a bit of a challenge. A padlock is drawn. Okay, well, the box looks like a key, so I just have to get the key to the door. Actually, I feel like I reset when I actually did the right first move. Something about pushing that key down feels right. Then I could send it over, and then I could slide it around to here. Then I just need to get to the right side of it, and then somehow I need to get below it, which is easier said than done. Yeah, shoot, I can't do that. Okay, what else can I do? Maybe I actually am supposed to reset and push the key here? Well, annoyingly, then I could enter this area, but now I don't want to be here. Now I want to be able to push the key up, which actually is still possible with a nice little slide around here. Then I can go slide the key here. And then how do I get below the key now? That looks impossible. Huh. Issue, I don't really have many other moves. Yeah, I don't know. I think that it might even be so impossible that I would want to turn back and go the other way. What is going on here? Okay, arrows circulating clockwise among 3 circles are drawn, and arrows circling counterclockwise. What could that mean? Maybe I need to walk a path that keeps changing colors? I don't know what clockwise or counterclockwise has to do with it. Like change. Or maybe it needs to directly cycle between the 3 colors? Like a blue, green, red, blue, green, red, blue, green, red, blue, green, red, blue, green, red. Not many great options actually. Blue, green. Ah! I see. Yeah, I just had to get right in front of the door. Okay, so that's like the catch of it. Okay, hold on. If I start from the left, maybe this could be a valid path. So it'd be blue, red, green, 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 blue, red, green. Yes! Cool. Well, so hold on. I kind of want to go left because it looks like... Wait, something's off? This room leads to the room I've already explored. Yeah, I was about to say that because why do I need to solve the puzzle? Maybe just for a shortcut? Or maybe because the first room has another solution as hinted by the yellow arrow. A square with dashed lines and a question mark are drawn. Seems like it's asking what isn't here. Oh, that's easy, there's no 5 here. Now, what do I do with that information? Do I push it into like a 3x3? Surely not. Are all the floor tiles the same? Or is there a secret, like, 5-pip floor tile? No, it looks like they're all the same. So how am I supposed to know? Maybe I gotta make a 5? Like, physically? But there's not enough blocks for that. Wait, hold on. Can I bring the key block over, out of curiosity? Is that possible? Oh, if not, I guess I could also bring the other blocks over. And you know what? Yeah, I actually can bring the key block over. We'll let it leave. Nope. I was hopeful. Damn it. I feel like I need to level up my brain. Like, maybe there's something I need to understand, such as, like, paths ending at doors. What do we have here? 4 squares are drawn. That's it? Cool, 4 squares are drawn. What do I do with that? Oh, what? Oh. So if I touch one, I then can't touch red? Oh, but red went over the green. What? Also, what's this lore? To remember the wildflowers that healed the sick, humans created a small garden beside the village hall and transplanted the weeds. On a bright spring's day, when the flowers were in full bloom in the garden, a brilliant rainbow stretched across the mist that hung over it. It seems that only the remains of the garden are left in front of the town hall now. Interesting. Well, what's the rule of the red appearing? It's like every time I move, red appears. But notice that only going down places the red below, like it's forming a solid barrier. What about going up? Well, that formed a barrier there. What if I go up first? That's fine. Up again, but then left? That's safe. And then... Oh, so maybe the rule is a red square is created 3 squares away. Right? Yeah, it's 3 squares away. 3 squares away. Ah, very interesting. But this movement did not create any. Why is that? Because there could have been 3 squares away, but there wasn't. Yeah, that's bizarre. Maybe it has to do with direction you've moved. Okay, so if I move down, it would appear to the right. If I move right, it would appear down. So I've entered this square by moving right, but what if I enter the square for moving down? Then it appears to the right. So maybe it also can't appear in the direction you're looking at, nor can it appear directly behind you, I think. Yeah, I can just walk through the center and not create any. Okay, so it's created 3 to the side of you. Oh, that's fascinating. So I guess I have to use the middle a lot then, because the middle is perfectly safe. But I gotta be careful about blocking off the sides. I can do that. That's perfectly valid. Oh, just gotta be careful about blocking off that last one. Oh, when did I block off? Ah, I blocked that off. Maybe I need to think about the direction I approach the corner blocks, because no matter what, when I enter a corner block, a block that's next to another corner block will be obstructed. So it's important to consider direction then. So I suppose I could do this, since it's already fine to block off a square that I don't care about. But then I need to figure out, oh, no. Maybe I need to, it's too soon to get that? I mean, it's currently fine to block all these off. Nope. Oh. And I can't step on red either, in case that wasn't obvious. What about this? Ah, there we go. The top 2, then the bottom 2. Jesus, that was really tricky. Good Lord. Now we got some dice blocks, which, what are the rules here? Several dots and squares are drawn, and several dots and squares are drawn again. So how does it work? If I stand on blue, what? Why is there red? I'm confused. So blue's where I walked. I can't step on red. Maybe green is just showing where I can walk, and red is showing where I can't walk. I'm reading into the colors too much. So with that in mind, I have to still satisfy the pips. Okay, so what would that path look like then? Well, you gotta think about the 4 next to the 1. 4, 1 means that these have to be walked on at some point. And if I were to step here, 4 and 1 would be satisfied. Now, walking here, the 2 I'm on would be satisfied, but the 1, no, that looks like a bad path. The 2 and 1 next to each other don't seem to make sense. Unless, okay, there's 2 different doors. One of them only cares about diagonal adjacencies, and the other one only cares about horizontal adjacencies. For example, if we're only caring about diagonal adjacencies, I could draw this line around the 4 and 1, and you can see the 4 has its 4 diagonals covered, and the 1 has its 1 diagonal covered. Well, how on earth am I gonna do this? Well, let's start maybe with the bottom right. This 1 has only 1 diagonal, and that's gonna be on the 2, which is gonna satisfy at least another 1. I also know that since all 4 diagonals are gonna be covered around the 4, that also covers the diagonals attached to this 2. So the bottom 2 will never be walked on. All right, I have a path in mind. I don't know if it's right though. Because right now, the 3 1s in the bottom right are covered. The 2 in the bottom right is covered. The 2 1s get covered like this. Yeah, the 4 gets covered. Okay, nice. See if I can knock them both out real quick. So again, there are 4 for sure tiles we have to mark around the 4. I could get both 1s this way. And then continue. But then a 1 becomes a 2, and that's not right when you get more creative. I could start like this. This covers all 3 1s, and then if I go this way, that does cover the 2. I could go like this, that satisfies both the 2 and the 1, but then I can't satisfy the 4. So actually, I'd have to go up. Okay, that satisfies both the 2 and the 1, walk around, get the 4. Ah, there we go. Very cool. What's going on here? Various shapes are drawn. Dice plus dice equals dice? Seems like it's representing an equation. Okay, I see. There's 5 target squares. So are we supposed to add up 65,879 with 2,143? Well, let's see, just quick doing the math. I would use the number 2 twice, so that's not right. What if I add 65829 with 21430? Well, then I would still have a digit with the 0, but that could be left blank, so it's not the end of the world. Otherwise, I would have 87309, so I could try that. And just get that 3 in there. Ah, cool. All right. Love it, love it. Moving on. Music notes? Interesting. Padlock and a musical note are drawn. Well, there's a jingle that plays every time a door opens. What about this? A swarm of locusts was sweeping over the mountains, devouring everything in its path as it moves toward the village. Then sparrows, starlings, swallows, and kestrels appeared, flocking toward the village. As the swarm of locusts neared the village, the birds swooped in, devouring them. Once the locusts retreated, the birds scattered back into the mountains. Padlock and a musical note. Hold on, I'm gonna go back and listen to a recording of the winning jingle and see if I can play it. Like, those are the last 2 notes. I feel like those are the 3 last notes. Okay, I can't seem to figure it out. Like, even with hearing the recording, I just can't quite match the tones that well. So, let's go to a different puzzle. How adorable! They're asleep for now. They should be awake if I get too close. Okay, let's not wake them. A bunny is drawn. Is this a Pacorette puzzle?
Okay, bite down, I'm going in.
Oh, no, not quite. Because it can see around corners. Do I have to trick them into breeding? Wait, the bunny is always moving, no matter how close. Can I get them to meet? Not like this. What is my goal exactly? Well, maybe this will help. One summer's day, a massive dark cloud covered the village with a torrential downpour. The Guardian pushed with all their might to disperse the storm clouds. But eventually, weakened and saturated, the earth collapsed and buried the town. At the last moment, the Guardian focused all their strength toward the falling debris, but they could not stop the landslide. The Guardian had weakened by using too much power at once. Could this be the time when my parents passed away? What am I supposed to do with these bunnies? Yeah, and the bunny always wakes up when I'm like 4 squares away, even with bends. I don't think I could ever wake them both up at the same time. Oh wait, what? Actually, I'm equidistant to the bunnies. Why did only 1 wake up? I had to be distance 3 from this bunny? Yes, this bunny will let me get closer, and it'll just run around. But the other bunny won't. What's the point of this? I'm sorry, this is so confusing. Explain yourself. And I'm stuck enough that I think I'm gonna double back to this room I haven't entered yet. Which, why does that remind me of a bunny? No, it's a hand descending from between clouds. Yeah, okay, so I gotta make the drawing become a hand. I can also like rotate them up and down. Maybe the hand has to be reaching up? To be honest, I'm not fully sure all the lines should connect. Yeah, this makes zero sense to me. Like, I feel like I'm too directly trying to match what's in the drawing, but I don't think it's gonna quite line up. Like, at least I'm starting to potentially see two hands praying now. It's just hard to get it to line up, I guess? Something like that. But then, I feel like I still gotta sort out the center. Maybe like this? Yeah, okay. So it's not an exact match. I'm terrible with shapes and visualizing pictures in my head. All right, what do we have here? An unknown shape is drawn. Okay, just gotta make this path somehow. Oh, more story. One cold winter's day, snow fell thick and fast upon the village. Steadily piled up for days, the snow ultimately caused an old stable to collapse. The next day, the sun peeked through the thick clouds to cast its light over the village. The warm sunlight melted the snow, and the village regained its warmth. Interesting. How do I create that level of zigzaggery? Yeah, because the ones that are stuck to the walls are either the first or last, or the second or second last. Which I feel like the only way that could make sense is if it's, the pattern is like on a diagonal. Like, I'm talking something like a big pattern. Kind of like this? No, that's not quite right. Or maybe I need to reset. Or I'm thinking like the start and end are basically opposite corners. And it does like a Z and then it jolts off diagonally. Yeah, just had to rotate the whole thing like 135 degrees. Okay, well that lets me access this puzzle from another side, and I did want to come back down here. So what's up with this door? 8 squares are drawn. So somehow I can only open this door if 8 squares are fulfilled? What? So I don't know how I would manage to do all 8 squares. I mean, none of them being pushed doesn't really do anything. I don't think I can bring in squares from other levels. I don't think taking the initial solution and flipping upside down does anything, or specifically rotating it. This would be flipping upside down. Okay, now that I've heard the winning tone at least 90 times, hopefully I can recreate this. Nope. No? Is that not it? Really? Okay, what if I... come on. Okay, the more I listen, the more I'm positive these are the first 3 notes, and the more positive I am these are the last 2 notes. And in between them are 2 lower notes that are ascending, but I just can't hear them, so I think I just have to guess at this point. Now, I've already guessed 3 and 5, so I'll try 2 and 4. That was it. Like, even hearing it in slow-mo sounded different than how it sounds when it's faster. Slidey puzzle? Somewhat slidey? It was weird I stopped there. 4 squares are drawn. That's interesting. Okay. How am I supposed to slide them in then? Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not sure how I could do this yet. And why do I stop there? Do I stop here? Yeah, that's... Okay, so there is like a maximum distance you can slide. That's interesting. Can I use this? I don't know. I guess one thing I can do is push it down and then go ahead, push this up. And is it possible for me to leave? No, it's not. Hold on. See, I want to be able to push the upper right block from the right. Because I feel like this has to be part of the solution. You know, even if I set that first one up there or something. It just feels right. Similar to sending this block up and over, I suppose. But is that what we want? Maybe. I think there's actually some very strong merits here. Because I can always go push, 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 and then push from here. And I can always get this last block over to here, bring it up, but then what? Ah, I can push it up once more, then get it from the top and rinse and repeat. There we go. Not bad. That's what I was trying to do this whole time. There's no puzzle. The Guardian created a stone cave deep beneath the earth where no one can find it. Is that the bottom right corner? And filled it with trials of wisdom. Then they sealed themselves in the deepest place of the cave to prevent disasters approaching, to allow only the chosen ones to find the place, and to allow only the wisest to reach them. If it's true, then this whole place is a trial created by the Guardian. If I can meet them, I might be able to save the village. Okay, I feel like I gotta get to the bottom right then. Well, the only way I can figure out is through the bunnies. See, I feel like I have to get the bunnies to stack or bump into each other or something. But one bunny wakes up when I'm an odd number of moves away, and the other one wakes up when I'm an even number of moves away. So they can never get on top of each other unless there's some way to offset a bunny. Is that possible to do? Right, because he keeps moving. What happens if I leave and come back? Leave? Come back. Oh, it offset by 1. Okay, hold on. Now what if I wake up the other bunny? And can I get them to bump into each other? See, they're 2 apart. So now, yeah, I just need to convince them to hit each other. I don't know, this feels wrong too, but I feel close. I want to try a slightly different idea. What if I wake up the bunny, this bunny, since it only needs to be 2 away from me? Can I somehow get this to come over to the left side? Yeah, like don't wake up the other bunny. No. Oh, that wakes up the other bunny. Okay. Can I chase it around a bit? Yeah, I want to see what happens. No, it's always going to run away from me. What's the closest I can get the bunny to be to me while I'm at the exit? About here? Like offset by 1. It's got to move. Offset by 1. Well, it's just going to move back. So it's going to go back and forth there. So we'll leave it to be offset by 1. Oh, this is how you trap the bunnies. Wait, this is crazy. See, this move makes sense, right? The left bunny is forced to go here because the other position would have been blocked. But why does the bunny not run away? And then they just lie down. Okay, that caught me a little bit off guard. I definitely thought it'd still be like some sort of endless loop. Weird. But winning. What do we have? The shape of a person above clouds is drawn. Seems like it's representing the Guardian. Okay. What's going on here? Oh, what? Cured a plague through wildflowers? Is this a quiz on the story? Oh god, it's a quiz on the story! Well, we did it. We found the first impossible puzzle, getting me to give a shit about this game's story. If there's any of these I remember? I don't know, maybe humans tended a garden? Maybe relieved the house, drought with heavy rain? Maybe could not stop a massive landslide? Drove away locusts by gathering birds? Sure. Unable to stop the heavy snow, humans died? I'll say no. Cured a plague through wildflowers? I'll say yeah. I don't know if they offered a hat. I'll say yes for the will. I'll say yes for the stone cave. And I'll say no for struck a bear with lightning. Yes! I don't have to double back and look at the story! I just went by vibes on what I thought the story should be. Oh, fuck you making me try to read a story. Eat my nuts. I can feel a cozy aura nearby. Oh? The wall seems to be partially collapsed. What's going on here? The stone wall is partially collapsed. Dirt is seeping through the hole in the ceiling. I think I can escape by stepping on the cracks in the wall. But I still haven't woken the Guardian. I can't stay trapped here forever. Escape the cave? No, I do want to wake the Guardian. What's this? An unknown shape is drawn. I'm gonna guess this is actually a path on the map. And it ends here. I can draw that path. This path, I cannot. I can feel a sacred aura behind the door. All right, but yeah, this path I can definitely draw if I just get to the start. So it's supposed to start here. I didn't even read this. When countless creatures and spirits dwell in one place for long, spirits and energy naturally accumulate therein. One day, a handful of humans gathered in such a sacred place and formed a village. When humans began to call upon the spirit by name, imbued with their wishes, the spirit at last gained a sense of self. Okay, so that's where that clue was. The Guardian was curious about the humans who had gifted existence unto them. Where am I that such a mural is carved? Okay, but if I start in this room and end in the Guardian room, I should be able to actually properly complete that path, and maybe the door will open. And here we are. Nice. I guess it takes me to where I want to be, because, yeah, this, I basically need the upper right rooms. Oh, it's interesting I don't start at the beginning. Oh, and there's other doors I need to open still in order for it to be possible. Okay. Oh, hold on. This room was impossible before until I was able to access the bottom, because that could allow me to actually properly push the key up. Wow, you tricky bish. Yeah, I need to straight up leave, walk around the long way, and then come back. Ah. So I was right, that was an impossible puzzle. Yay me, let's go. Get me in. Impossible until I unlocked that. But let's see, what do we have here? Grid and dots are drawn, the grid is partially filled. So it's a path I'd have to carve. And this is a different path I'd carve? What's going on here? The grid is 5 by 5, but the drawing is 4 by 4. It's also the same path, but different. Oh, it's teaching me about different rules. Oh, it's like, it's kind of like nanograms, because there's a 2 on the left side. That's saying that 2 cells are filled in the top row, or the row that's adjacent to it. Similar with columns. So 3 on top means there's 3 cells filled in that column. And the other one is talking about negative space. Okay, so 1 positive space, 1 negative space. So if I want, I could think of the 1 as a 4. The 2s would be 3s, which actually I'm starting to doubt this setup. I may want to come from the other way. Well, this would make a 2 into... This would make everything happy except for the 4, which is effectively a 1 at the bottom. But I do see something pretty close. That is, if I start here and then hook around, I could then satisfy everything here. Oh, no. I'll have to undo slightly. I'll have to do it more like this. No, but then once again, the 2 functions similarly. To a 4. Hold on. I've definitely got it now. I start here, come up. Aha. And then I can zigzag and then get there. No, but then the 3. Oh, the upper right 3. It should be a 2. Again, we're working a negative space here, so it's got to be more of a zigzag like this. Oh, and it satisfies the 2, and that gets it all. There we go. At least I can go up now. I do want to get the other one, which is at least more visually understandable. Now, I just need 4 in a row somehow. And then 2, and then 3. No, but how do I satisfy both the 2 and 1 then? Well, actually, no, not quite. Okay, I feel like I have to end on the 4 or something like that. It's the only way this seems to make sense to me. I could cross over here. It satisfies... No, nothing helpful. I guess this satisfies the 2, but then there's 2 possible endings, so that's no good. I mean, this would be another dead end. Is there any way to build off of this? Yeah, actually there would. Okay. I think I see it from here. I would have to go down for 3, mosey over, zigzag here, and then get it there. Yes! Okay. I'll go and do the upper right puzzle first, except this is more lore. Although the Guardian could not stop the landslide, okay, already knew that. In the final moment, they managed to save a single newborn. Is it me? The concentrated Guardian's power left a stigmata on the newborn's soul, so that the newborn was drawn onto the Guardian's power and awakened to the presence thereof. The newborn became the closest being to the Guardian. No wonder, it somehow felt familiar. So the reason I ended up here, it was all because the Guardian. Alright, big ups though. I think I can solve this puzzle now. I just need to reset the blocks and untangle this. Now I think I have to do like a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Yeah, I think the bottom right line is a 3, 4, 5. And then top one, that makes another 3, 4, 5. And then we can just go right here. Yeah, very cool, But I still have 2 walls I need to get through somehow. So I'm still not sure what this wants from me. Like, I know what isn't here, but how do I express that? All right, I have to think of all the possible ways to display a 5. Maybe I can vaguely make a 5 kind of like this. 5. It's kind of a 5. Maybe I have to assemble a 5 pipper like this and just kind of get the others out of the way. Yeah, just get these the hell away. No? Unless if it has to be bigger. Like, I guess you think about the scale of things. Like, the scale of pips within the die could be equivalent to the scale of the die within the room. Yes, actually. Huh. Let me reset for that for easier navigation. And reminder, I cannot push blocks in between rooms. So, I've got to somehow solve this puzzle opening this door. 8 squares are drawn. What does it mean? Do I just need them all off the squares? No. Like, this actually seems like an impossible puzzle, but there's no other doors I can open. Well, maybe, hold on. Maybe it's a similar idea where I just need to get the gold blocks away? Could be. And even get myself away? No. I guess I can push from the next room over. What's also I'm curious about, what if I set these up and try to enter the room from here? I can't. What if I assemble these 8 tiles into the pattern depicted in the room to the left? Anything with that? No? Damn. Weird idea. I don't know if this is any good, but is it possible to, like, combine the 2 rooms? Where I've got, like, 3 gold boxes here, and I complete the rest of the pattern in the room over? Maybe? No, that wouldn't quite work. There's walls in the way. Yeah, there's walls in the way. There's gotta be something. Yeah, I can't believe it, but I think I need a hint here. This is unfortunate. The hint is something feels off about the empty rooms. Oh, really? All right, well, I guess it's a really gentle nudge. Empty rooms. I think the upper right and the bottom left were empty, right? Yeah, looks like it. Something's up here. Something is up here. Hold on. Look at where I'm standing right now. I'm on the grid line. I think I can fix this, right? By now, yeah, being in the middle of the grid, I can offset myself? What? No way. Oh, no way. Hold on. How does that affect how I push a block? Well, actually, it makes it so I can't even go up through certain gaps. But here, I can push a block by half. If I can push a block by half, then I probably can get to the blocks to be arranged so they go on top of like 8 buttons at once. Yeah. So, can reset. Shoot. Well, so what if I can be on 2 at once? I feel like I also need to offset vertically. Okay, I mean, I guess that's what the bottom left is for? No, but there's a slidey thing in the way. How is this possible? Oh, I just need to slide and then stop. Yes, I don't slide all the way. Yeah, and this can offset me vertically. So now I'm just smack in the center of it all. Well, hot dog. All right, so I think I gotta reset just to make it so I can get out of here. That's why you can't slide all the way in that puzzle. Oh my heavens. What a twist. I feel like I have to be very careful with how I move to make sure I don't accidentally offset myself. What a hazard. Like I have to reset this and then kind of slowly get out of the way. Coming on through, beep, beep. All right, oh no. Oh, I have bad news. I can't get to the sides of those blocks. It's not solvable from this position. Oh no. Are you telling me I have to first push the blocks in the normal position and then offset myself and then re-push it? Ah, damn it. Okay, well, that's a bit of wasted time. At least like I could get these a little bit more in. Maybe like this, depending on how I want to position it. I think this should work. Okay, yeah. Now I'll go offset myself. Okay, another disaster here. After double offsetting myself, I realize I can't come back the way I entered because there's dumb walls in the way. And I can't push these blocks that far without, again, fixing myself. And if I reset, well, they still clog the center, and I can't get any further, again, without them being out of the way. This is mean. All right, let's see if I can do this with just offsetting myself horizontally. Because I can always send this down vertically like that. And this horizontally, and then this vertically. This might be okay. Okay, might not be too big of a time waster. But I didn't even consider, yeah, there's so many implications about changing your orientation on the grid. Now it's hard to get past stuff. Okay, but I'm making it this far. Now, there's ice to the left here, so I can't do that. I gotta go around. And, oh god, I gotta really go around this the long way. This room's fine. This room's fine. Oh, and I'm home free. Okay, nice. Good stuff here. Gotta be able to push this one down. And also gotta be able to push it over, so it's hitting 2 blocks. Gotta be able to push this one over, and then down. And then definitely gotta be able to push this over and down, and then I get the last 2. Yes! Okay. Absolutely sick. Now, the final path. I think I remember it, actually. Like, it's much easier for me to remember, like, abstract lines than it is words. Like, my word memory is actually terrible. But I think I had to start here. Like, I remember thinking, it's weird that I don't start in the starting room. Then I would go right. And from here, I had to go up. And that's what's tripping me up. Although I wonder if it's easier to go up if I somehow offset myself. Or if I was offset. If I was still offset vertically, we could have something good here. Let's see. Let's just walk in with my offset. Be like, all right, here I am. Yeah! Okay, so I had to start offset, and I think I remember the rest. And then to the right. This should open it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I hate memorizing words, but give me an abstract thing or a math thing, and I'll memorize that for sure. Oh, there's no one. Only a staff. And a mural I see. I can feel a cozy aura from the staff. Where is the guardian gone? I mean, the staff is thick, made from a tree struck by lightning. Is emanating a sacred aura. What about this? It seems to be the last mural. The guardian realized that they no longer bear the strength to protect the village. Hoping that the child would grow to be the most devoted and wisest, the guardian created a stone cave deep beneath the earth where no one could find it, and inscribed their history within. After infusing all their power into the staff the humans offered, the guardian chose to return to the nature, expressing gratitude to the humans they were with for so long. They who are worthy shall inherit the will, shall forsake their flesh to become a spirit, and their domain shall be guarded once more for all eternity. The guardian is no more. They left the village, yet there should still be a chance to save the village. And the staff over there seems to be the key. Now the choice is solely mine to make. What should I do? I don't know. What does this say? Instead of mural phrases are written on the door, the fool may never reach, the whole may never see, the mature may never need. The door is locked. Seems there's no way to open it. Can I pick up the staff? Oh, should I steal my resolve and grasp the staff? Yes, I should. What did this do? I became the guardian. I must have. Honestly, really creative puzzles. So many that I've just never seen anything like. If you want to see more, there is a DLC, and I could play that if you guys want to see what more impossible puzzles. Otherwise, this is the true end. Inheritance. And I'd like to thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next video. Have a wonderful day, and peace.